Okay, my camera wasn't working there for a second. Okay, I think we're on. All right, hey guys, so I was just about to head out to the living room and get started vlogging, well, with my vlogging camera and get started filming our spring cleaning video. So this is gonna be the first day in our series of spring cleaning. I don't know how long this is gonna take, but I'm gonna be filming every single day a different part of the house and focused on a particular area. So that's the plan for today and for this video. Okay guys, before we get going with the spring cleaning, I just need to put some tofu in because baked tofu is like one of those go-to for me. It's just so easy. It cooks itself. I don't have to worry about it. Throw it in the oven and I can start working on whatever I'm doing that day. I'm using Bragg's liquid aminos, but you could marinate it in anything you want. And I mean, you don't even have to marinate it very long because tofu sucks up any flavor, any spice, just so fast and easy. Yeah, teriyaki is really good. Barbecue sauce, but if you're gonna do barbecue sauce, do it, like add the barbecue sauce later on when it's almost done cooking, because otherwise it'll, you know, it can burn too easily. So just bake the tofu most of the way first. I save all of these containers because I was looking at these one day and I thought, instead of just, you know, recycling them, the plastic of them, I thought, what could I do with those? And then I realized, oh, those would be perfect little containers for propagating succulents, because you don't have to have drainage holes when you're just propagating the leaves, you know, because you're really just, you know, misting the top. You're just adding tiny bits of water at a time just to get them rooted. So you can peel off top there, and then the edge, trim that off, because the glue that they use is so hard to, like, I tried soaking them at first before I realized, oh, I'll just cut around the edges and cut all that yellow plastic off there. And then usually that'll peel and stick it away. There we go. And then just wash it out. Then we just let that dry. And we'll just pretend like magic, pretend that we have it now, it's all dry. This is just another one that I just had drying from last night. And there we go, that's my little collection of tofu containers that I'm upcycling into succulent propagation trays. And they just happen to fit 4 across in these trays perfectly. And then I can go that direction. Or actually, they fit this way too, so you could go across that way. Oh, and these trays, I ordered these online. These are specifically from a greenhouse grower company. I think their name was Greenhouse Megastore or something like that online. And they're not like super, like as sturdy as I was hoping for, but they're, you know, they're not like totally flimsy. They're pretty good. They have some strength to them, but they're just not quite as heavy duty as I was hoping, but they're still going to be perfect for what I'm using them for, because it's not like I'm going to be hauling, you know, heavy plant pots or anything in there. It's just going to be little lightweight stuff. So in case you need any ideas for propagating succulents, I just wanted to show you one idea of what I'm doing. I'm just going to take this out and throw this in the wash so we can get that dried by the end of the day here, because I hang everything out to dry like I mentioned, just because I try not to use extra electricity if I don't have to, like during the daytime I mean. So I don't use any lights during the day. Yeah, I don't use the dryer. Most of the year I'm able to dry clothes and everything outside in the sun. Okay, got that in there. All right guys, we're just about to get cleaning, but I have a little bit of work to do. I have to get an order out right now. So as soon as an order comes in, well, I get alerts on my phone, right? So as soon as an order comes in, I see it, and if I see it in time before the postman comes, then I hurry up and make it so I could get it out as fast as possible. So I gotta get that open. It is a danburite necklace. So the danburite crystal on rose gold. And it is a 16-inch chain. I love these danburite crystals. They're so pretty. I also started doing the rose quartz, the little rose quartz briolettes on rose gold filled. Those are also some of my favorites. So, all right, I'm gonna get that packed up. I'm gonna have to repot you too. This thing has roots all over the place. It's got like inch-long pink roots sprouted like all over the length of its little stems, and they're going crazy in the back here. Let's see, will you guys be able to see that? Can you see all those? What on earth are you doing? You're supposed to wait until at least springtime where I can get you repotted, but it's very impatient. So when I picked this out, it was supposed to be a Graptopedilum paraguayense. It kind of seems like some sort of variety of it, but I don't think it's a true one because I had them out in Maui and they look totally different. I mean, they had stems that were all kind of like hanging down like that, but they were still very different, like the actual leaves of them, the shape and everything. So I don't think this is what I thought it was, but that's okay. I love you anyway, and we're going to have to figure something out for all your crazy roots though. We're gonna have to be very careful about who we pot you with. You might have to go in a pot all by yourself because you're just such a vigorous grower. Okay, so I'm just moving all the plants out. There, well, not all of them, just the overnighters in here. Yes, they camp out inside just to protect some of the extra juicy succulents from any kind of frost, you know. It gets a little cold at night. It was 40 degrees, I think I mentioned that already last night. So on cold nights, I'll bring them inside just to protect some of the extra fleshy, juicy succulents, because I would hate to have them freeze outside. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night if I knew my babies were out there freezing to death. So I'm gonna move some of the plants out. That's what I've got down here, waiting at the door patiently to get back out there. And then we're gonna pot up that Dracaena in the new pot. So first I just gotta move the plants out and make room so we can get to it. I just realized when I was bringing the plants out that there's some of them that need to be watered. So I gotta take care of that real quick before we go back inside and get cleaning. So definitely the spring cleaning series is gonna be a little bit of everything, so including some repotting of plants for springtime too. And oops, we gotta get some more water. I've got some other projects that I've got to do too, so it's gonna encompass all kinds of preparing for spring, including some seed babies, which I'm gonna need to transplant those, but I was coming over here to get my Husqvarna. So this is a Husqvarna pressure sprayer. It's 2 gallon. It is awesome. It's one of my favorite gardening tools. I think it should be pumped up enough right now though. Hold on. And I've got rainwater in it. I guess a lot of people use these for chemicals when they're, you know, spraying weeds and stuff, but I just use it for water. I fill it with rainwater. I save, I put out 5 gallon buckets and save rainwater, and then I fill that up and I use it to water my plant babies. And it's got different settings on it, so it's perfect for when you have seedlings. And you just have that nice gentle spray. And you can adjust the water pressure too if you want it stronger. And it's just real easy to use, you know, because the wand is so long, you can just poke right into any plants. Like if you have, you know, cactus or anything, or if you're trying to reach, you know, up in certain plants, if you have hanging plants or anything, it's just super handy. Okay, we're gonna be potting up this plant. It's pretty heavy, so just if you're moving big, heavy plants, just watch out for your back, especially if you're doing it all by yourself. So we'll be very careful. Lift with your knees, not with your back. Okay, so I just ran inside and grabbed a microfiber cloth because I realized that the leaves on this are pretty dusty. I just used my hand to support the underneath side of the leaf and just run the cloth over the top of them. Also helps with their photosynthesis too, because if they're covered with a layer of dust, they're not able to photosynthesize as efficiently. Also keeps the leaves looking pretty because you're able to see that glossy shininess of the leaf. So this is a Dracaena Marginata, and I got it at an estate sale for only 30 bucks, which is super, like, dirt cheap for a Dracaena this big. And it was a little bit smaller. It's grown quite a lot since I got it. I've had it for about a year, and I love it so much. It's so pretty. Somehow it reminds me of, I don't know, Australia or something. Like the leaves, I don't even know where these are originally from. I'll have to look that up. But yeah, they're just such beautiful plants, and they're so easy to care for and grow. They'd make good patio plants, but in the house, I've got several of these around the house now. But yeah, these make awesome house plants because they're so easy to care for, and they let you know when they're thirsty. Usually I just let the soil dry out in between waterings. And if they get too thirsty, you'll see it on the stem. They'll start to wrinkle just a little bit, and that lets you know that it's getting dehydrated. So you want to make sure you water it then. But yeah, other than that, it's pretty easy to care for these as long as you don't overwater them. They do like to dry out in between. I'm going to grab a piece of screen, put it over my drainage bowl. So it's been really happy in the soil that I put it in last time. I repotted it 1 year ago when I got it, And so I'm gonna use the same kind of soil, which is the Tank's Cactus Pro. It's just, it's a locally made soil. It's compost, coconut coir chips, and pumice. So I'm just digging around the edge of the pot, and I'm just kind of using my hand to dig around towards the bottom of the root ball. This soil is really light and fluffy, so it's pretty easy to dig in it. If you had a heavier, more dense soil, doing it this way would be a little more difficult probably. So I'd probably use like the edge of my patio wall, just so I could tilt the pot upside down a little. I don't want to lose too much soil there. Alright, let's transfer you into this pot. How are the roots looking here? I'm just going to curl these bottom roots around just so I don't set them on it and snap them. They're pretty flexible though, so. Oh man, it's nice in that white pot. I think it's gonna love it. And then I'll have a new outdoor pot for some succulents. I might throw some extra pumice in the top just to brighten up the dirt, but I don't use top dressing on these just because sometimes fungus gnats love top dressing in houseplants, and large pots like this that can stay wet for longer, especially because this is a glazed ceramic pot, I don't want to attract fungus gnats. I'd rather do preventive measures than have to fight a war with fungus gnats later on, you know? And they don't like stuff that stays dry, but top dressing keeps the soil, the top layer of the soil wet, and it's a perfect kind of breeding ground for fungus gnats, because they can get right through the top dressing, like the little stones, and it's like a paradise for them on top of the soil. It's like you're making them a little house, you know, inside your house. So as an alternative to top dressing, I'll just take some pumice and throw that around. You could cover the whole thing in pumice if you want, and it's so airy that it won't hold in water, so you don't have to worry about the fungus gnat issue with pumice. But usually I'll just take a little bit just to kind of break up the dark brown. I just realized I want to sweep in that corner since we're kind of redoing it before I put the plant all the way back in there, so I'll go and do that. Okay, just have to move these out of the way. I'll put them on the couch here for now. These are rain sticks. I got those at an estate sale too. I love the sound of them though, they're neat. They're made out of cholla cactus skeletons, and they're from Chile. I've got this big rock in here. It's actually a little plant stand, so I let hanging plants like string of pearls. Sometimes when I bring it in, I let that sit on there. So just scoop that out of the way for now. Okay. Can't remember if I showed you guys these tables before, but they're Copenhagen. I got them on Craigslist, just the set of 3 here, and I wasn't sure what I was going to do with them, but they were white and, you know, modern. I love the shape of them and the simplicity of them, and I thought they were pretty neat, so I thought I would use these as plant stands after I got them in here finally. And I was like, oh, those would be perfect plant stands, because even though they're glass, you can put little bumpers on the bottom of plant pots, and so that's what I did with just a few of the house plants that we have around. I love their simplicity, and I like the design of them, you know, very unusual, of the shape of them. My vase with cutting, I'm gonna set them on the carpet right here. So yeah, we're always looking for unusual modern design. Oh, this is another Dracaena, just like that one. This one though, I got in a set of 3, just like it is, but in a really small pot. I've had this plant for, I think, about 6 months. I got it at IKEA. It was originally in a little 6-inch pot, 6 or 8-inch, and it came with a set of 3. And I especially love the leaves because they kind of create filtered light, so if you have it in front of the window, it won't block all the light from coming in. It lets it still kind of filter in through all the leaves because they're so, you know, they're so spiky. So I love the look of them though. Okay, I gotta adjust this plant pot because Right here at the fireplace, this area always gets the worst. Wait, are we rolling? Okay, just making sure. Sometimes I forget to turn on the camera, I'm talking to myself. So I just gotta clean the ledge of this plant pot just because it does collect a lot of the ash from the fireplace. Okay, we're gonna take a little vinegar and water, swipe that down. I bought a big pack of these microfiber cloths at, was it TJ Maxx or Home Goods? One of those places. Super cheap for a big pack, like, I don't know, $4 or something, and they're so handy for dusting and just doing real quick, you know, wipe downs on ledges or surfaces, shelves, plant leaves. Yeah, such a good deal. I got that at an estate sale and it was full of firewood too. Okay. Okay, let me dump the dustpan. Let's move this plant back to its corner. So even though these are glass on the top and the bottom, they're pretty strong and sturdy, so I've been really happy with them. And they also have the little pads on the bottom to help protect, you know, any flooring and also protect them. So they're kind of between nesting tables and a coffee table. It was advertised on Craigslist as a coffee table set, and you kind of like have the big one in the center and the two little ones kind of on the side, and they sort of nest in each other just a little. But I don't know, I'm like, they're perfect plant stands for us. Pencil a bit more. Go. Okay, I'm gonna water in the Dracaena. Since this isn't a cactus or succulent, you can water it in right away and just help the roots get established in their new home. I got this at IKEA. And it won't take much to go through there. Oh, so I was going to show you guys what the pumice looks like when you just throw in, you know, a couple handfuls over the top and not really cover the soil entirely, but just sort of let it be, you know, kind of speckled in there. It just kind of breaks up the darkness, so it's not just like bam, you know, like dark brown earth staring at you. So you could cover it all the way though, but I'll probably leave it like that. Either way, I think it looks way better in its new pot. What was I gonna show you here? I was trying to show you this app because I use it to check out lighting for my plants, and it'd be fun to do a video and just go around the house when I do a plant tour and show you the different lighting and how easily it's affected. And so it helps you to find the correct lighting for a particular plant that you're looking for, a spot for. So it's called Plant Light. By the way, not sponsored. I bought this app just like last week. I was looking for light meter apps and came across this one, Plant Light, and it's super simple. I think it was $1.99, maybe $2.99, I can't remember. I don't know if it's gonna focus, hopefully you can see, but super simple. So it just tells you if it's very low light, low, medium, or bright light right here. And it also has, this will change too. So it's got like a little sun up here and it'll kind of fill that in as you're shining it around. So light is measured in foot candles, which it has listed down here. And then below that is the direction. So it'll have, you know, east, west, north, south, and that's it. That's the whole app. It's really simple. There's nothing to click on or anything in it. That's all it is as soon as you open the app, and you just hold it where the light source is. So face the back camera towards the light source, so not the front camera. You're going to be looking at the screen, and just turn it, you know, towards the window or where your plant is. I'll get right up to where my plant is and kind of face it towards the window so I can see what's, you know, going on. And it's amazing how you can have one window, and at different sides of the window it's completely different. Like how, like it'll be low light on one side and highlight at the other side, you know, so it's super sensitive to picking up light, which is awesome because so are your plants. So anyway, just wanted to share that with you. Again, not sponsored, just discovered that app just recently on my own and bought it, and downloaded it. It's been very handy. I use it all the time now. So I wanted to play around with some different plants on the tables over here, which it's pretty washed out, so sorry you can't see that right now, but I've got a Ponytail Palm right out here on this side that I was trying out, and that's why I was getting this little saucer here because I had 3 of these that went with all 3 of my Ponytail Palms. I got them at, actually let me grab it right now. So I've got 3 of these little Ponytail Palms. I love Ponytail Palms so much. I probably mentioned that already to you guys. But there's just something about them. They are a type of succulent. They're not a type of palm, even though palm is in their name. I could do a whole video just on Ponytail Palms because I've got a bunch of them, you know, all different sizes back there. But anyway, these are my little baby Ponytail Palms. I love their, you know, fat little trunks. They're just so cute. So anyway, I wanted to move this in the living room so we would get to enjoy seeing them more because they're so sculptural and they're so pretty and cute and fun. So I thought I would move them out here into the living room. So we got a pack of these bumpers at Costco. They're just these little felt bumpers. These things are so handy. They came in all different kinds. You know, in 1 pack at Costco was the best deal. So I was gonna take a set of 4 of this size and I'm just gonna put them on the bottom of my saucer. These are just perfect. They're the perfect depth too, to just prop it up just enough to where none of the edges will touch the table. That we don't have to worry about the glass on the tabletop scratching at all. So just pop those all on the bottom. Just wipe that down real quick. Pretty much got a dust in here like every other day. Okay, make sure it's not sitting on its ponytail. Look at that, Dan, you get to be in the sun. These do prefer some sun. I mean, they make excellent houseplants, but they do like to be, you know, in as bright of light as you can possibly give them. I think that this would be really happy here, and I'd like to bring the other 2 in here, so I'm gonna keep looking for that saucer, and I'll wrap this video up for now. I still have a ton of cleaning in here to do, but I don't want to make this video too long, you guys, so I'm filming every day, but I'm just going to cut the vlogs, you know, a little bit shorter because I don't want to make them each like an hour long, right? So I have no idea how long this one's going to be, but I'll let you guys go for now, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.